Hello and welcome to my tutorial series in which I'm gonna teach you how to sculpt the whole head of the character. The series is gonna have quite a few episodes. In the first episodes I'm gonna try to simplify the shapes of the head and make it much easier for you to sculpt the head in a very simple way. But later on I'm gonna go more in depth and refine the features of the face, in which you're gonna learn how to finalize the look of your character head. Okay, so first, let's just go. I'm gonna delete what we don't need. In the modifiers, I'm gonna add subdivision. So we're gonna have a sphere and apply. Okay, I'm gonna go into edit mode, scale it a little bit because it's a bit small. I'm gonna just turn on the screencast so you can see what I'm pressing. In the viewport overlay, I'm gonna turn on statistics and annotations. Annotations is only for you because I'm gonna do a little bit of draw over from time to time. Okay, just let me drag out the UI so you can see what kind of brush I'm on. Okay, I think you can go. So I'm gonna start with a grab tool and drag from the front view. I'm actually gonna change the focal length a bit. You should do it too, so the head looks the same. I'm just gonna fatten up the sides a little bit, but as well as shorten up the top, flatten up. Go into side view and make the head actually bigger, because we need to fit in those big brains. I'll drag a chin out a bit. So what I'm looking, usually drawing tutorials are very amazing at learning the proportions and feature of the face. In one of the drawing tutorials, I learned that the top is like an egg shape. Excuse my horrible drawing skills. So this top is the egg shape, and this one is like a boat sail. What we're looking at. So just keep that a bit in mind. I recommend you watching some drawing tutorials if you're not sure, because they are like much faster way of you seeing what to do in the anatomy and proportion of the head. Okay, so I'm already seeing that I have not enough vertices. I'm just gonna increase the auxiliary measure to 0.05 and activate it. So gonna have 25,000. If it's not 25,000 for you, you can just try lowering the value, but don't go too extreme, because if you just pressing it down and you're gonna remesh, it's gonna change really big. It doesn't change too big where the numbers are going like till 2, but 2 is gonna be pretty horrible, but after the 1 everything is gonna be very laggy, so just be very careful. I'm gonna go with 5. Okay, so we have kind of the basic shape. I'm gonna add as well a neck soon. I'm just tweaking a little bit at what I prefer, and you should try to follow the shape quite close, but it doesn't have to be the same. I'm gonna go in top view, and usually when you start from the sphere, the end of your skull gonna be very narrow in, when in reality the skull back is usually even a bit thicker than the front of the skull. So I'm just gonna increase the mass a Look at the front view and okay. Now I'm gonna go at the bottom, press on M to get a mask. Gonna mask out the proportion, press A and invert the mask. And I'm gonna use the drag, go to the side view and drag the neck. So neck is not down, not in front. Neck actually goes a bit to the side. I'm gonna press A, clear the mask. Go back to my grabbing tool. I'm gonna voxel remesh because after the dragging, the vertex is gonna be messed up. And I'm gonna try fixing the shape of the neck so it looks a bit more natural. Okay, what I'm looking at the neck is having a nice flowing shape. From this one, it's more like this. So when I add the muscles, it should look something like that. I'm gonna add another color just in case you don't see. The flow, bump, inner bump, a nice beautiful flow of the neck. Okay, I'm just gonna smooth out a little bit. Let's go to the front and try and start shaping the head. I'm gonna use the draw sharp, draw the line somewhere in the 1/3 of the head. We're probably gonna change the position of the eyes later on, so don't be too much like, oh, it's not in place. Just like now, I see that my head might be a bit too small. It's a lot of tweaking. I'm gonna draw a holes for the eyes. And I'm gonna draw the hole for the side. Actually use gray strips to take out a bit of the sides because we don't need it right now. And with script, we're gonna make everything a bit more flat and smooth up. Just a small tweaks, making the neck a bit thicker at the end. Probably made the neck a bit too long. Okay, so I think this is where we end with the head. In the next one, I'm gonna start doing the nose. So see you in the next tutorial.